All right, ladies and gentlemen. So some of you may or may not be aware, you all actually should be aware, you have a bracket right now in your hands. In your hands is my future. I listed some things that I felt like, were real possibilities for what I could be doing when I graduate. But I really felt like I couldn't make the decision on my own. So I had my co-host here, Ben Herrera, and Ray help me out with the decision-making process. So they did a little sports analysis breakdown. So let's see what they have for my future.
All right. Well, as you said, it's bracket season. And everyone's really focused on what's happening in the NCAA tournament. But while it's cool to think about what's happening in the college bracket, it's even better to think about, and we at Late Night thought it would be best, to talk about what's going to happen with life after graduation. So as Sean said, we created a bracket to help our host, decide his fate come graduation this May. And we're going to show you our picks. So here with us tonight to talk bracket busters and everything marquee matchups is a friend of the show, expert analyst on Sean's life, Ray Ferrari. Sean, Ray, thanks for coming in to help us judge Sean passive aggressively in what we like to be calling March sadness.
Happy to be here, Ben.
So if everyone has their brackets ready, we can just go ahead and get started. Let's start with the disappointing my parents region.
I just want to say that could be any region. I want to clarify.
True, but okay, so in the top left-hand corner of your bracket, it is stand-up comedian versus working at a hotel. Ray, who do you like in this one?
Well, after that monologue, I think it's pretty clear we can rule out stand-up comedian. That being said, I like work at ho to advance to the next round. Work at hotel.
That's a really good point. After all, Sean does have some really good physical features that are perfect for a bellhop.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Ben. Let's move on to the next matchup, which is between live at home and post-grad service.
It's a good one.
Yeah, for me personally, I think we should be investing in our children. And after seeing Sean's work as an RA for the last year, I want him as far away from kids as possible. So I'm going to go with away from post-grad service and go with live at home to move to the next round.
Okay. Actually, wait, sorry, I'm receiving word from Sean's parents that he is actually not allowed to live at home next year. So we can just move on from that. Let's go over to the throwing my life away region. Our first matchup here is writer versus rapper. This is kind of an age-old question, so break that down for us, Ray.
Well, to be honest, Ben, I don't like either of these picks. But at least with writer, we don't have to see Sean's face or hear his voice. So I'm going to take the 1 seed to move on in this region.
Smart. Below that, we have tour guide versus college victory lap. But I don't really think that Sean can walk backwards enough without tripping over his feet every couple steps.
Yeah, I don't think he can last too long in the sun either. So let's take college victory lap to advance.
All right, so we're just going to keep plowing through. Next up on the spitting on my father's grave region, we have travel the world taking on grad school.
You know, Ben, I think grad school is the pretty safe pick with this one.
Oh, sorry, Ray. I'm actually, I'm getting a message from every grad school ever saying, no, please God, no, not Sean, please. End quote. So,
I guess travel the world wins by default on that one. Let's move on to the next matchup between working for a sports broadcasting company and YouTube star, but I think the world is going to end before Sean will succeed at one of those. So
that could really happen. Fair enough. Let's move on. Let's to our final section, which is shame to the Doherty name region, where we have throw myself under a bus, squaring off against male model.
In front of a bus.
I'm sorry?
I'm throwing myself in front of a bus.
Throwing myself in
It's a
front
little
of a
bit
bus.
different. I just want to throw that out there.
Okay.
Clarify. Let's get the facts right.
All right, my fact checker will get on that.
Slur my name.
Thank you.
Well, either way, throw myself in front of a bus is the 8th seed in this region. They're coming off a huge win over the number 1 seed, a big upset. I kind of see them as the Florida Gulf Coast of this bracket, and I like them to keep on winning.
Well, that's a bold pick. I could actually see male model taking it, actually. If we could have Sean come out here really quick. How about you give to the camera, or just to the audience, your best pouty face?
Oh, of course.
Okay. Now pretend you're a tiger.
I don't really really know what you're seeing there, Ben. Maybe we could work something out as being like the before picture guy, but.
I can see that as well. Let's hear it for Sean. All right, let's move on. Finally, in the bottom part of this bracket, we have carpenter / vineyard owner taking on, and I really like this one, baseball walk-up song consultant.
Yeah, this is pretty much my marquee matchup of the tournament right here, Ben. A lot of interesting things going on in this matchup. I kind of see Sean screwing up both of these things equally. But the one thing with walk-up song consultant, walk-up songs don't last very long, which I think Sean has some experience with.
Absolutely right. It's hard to mess up something that's only 10 to 15 seconds long, but if anyone can do it, it's Sean. All right, this closes out our embarrassing 8. So if we can go ahead and move on to the finals. Ray, 10 seconds or less, who do you like in the championship game?
Well, I don't really like anyone in the championship game, but if I had to pick, I think I'm going to stick with the 8 seed, throwing myself in front of a bus to go all the way. You know, also you could see like a big settlement check coming in from the transportation department or something, so I like them to edge out YouTube Star in the finals.
That's a good point. I never thought of it like that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's practical, it's easy, it's affordable, you know. All you have to do is sit on the side of the road and wait for that bus to come, and that's where the magic happens right there. It doesn't get any easier than that, Sean.
Sounds like a real Cinderella story.
Who do you like in the finals, Ben?
You know, Ray, I went back and forth on this for the majority of the afternoon, but I think in the end I have to go with my gut feeling, and that is professional baseball walk-up song consultant. And I know this is a bold pick, but I actually think that Sean has a pretty good taste in music, and I'm actually being told he has a terrible taste in music.
Well, that's all we have for this session. Join us next time on March Sadness. Thank you very much.